ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No.
I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
He could actually save people from death.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Hi everyone. Today we're doing my latest custom, Darth Plagueis the Wise. So I'm going to be using a Snoke body, which I've already kind of taken apart. I've taken his arms off. I've also cut his torso off because I've got this body from, and the head, two heads from Two Sons casting. They're not around anymore, but that's where I've got them from. I'm sure you can get them from elsewhere. Outer Rim Traders, I think. Anyway, I've cut the torso off there because that's where let me just explain. I mean, it's obvious, but so it usually goes like that. Board and pop that off. Cut that off with a Dremel. And I'm going to be putting that body onto it like so. Now to do that, if you cut this, you can't ball and pop, but there's a thing inside here. If you cut down the side and pull it out, you've got that little ball socket thing. So you can get rid of these bits. These can be chucked, and you can use that, and you can stick it in right like that. Look at that, perfect fit. You see that? So now you can get this bit, which usually goes in there. You can pop it back in there like so. Drill a hole, which I've already done, and then you just, I've done it, it's quite a tight hole, I might have to there you go, there we go. Now we've got articulation. I mean, it needs a bit of tidying up, but you see what I'm getting at. So that works quite well. And with the arms, I've just drilled a little hole again on each side. And just squeeze them in. You want to make the hole a little bit tight so that it doesn't just, well, if you make it too loose, you can always put the wrong arm in. Maybe that's a bit too tight, I don't know. That's right. I might drill that hole just a little bit, half a mil or something bigger. If you drill it too big, you can use green stuff to fill in the hole, and then you use some Vaseline so it doesn't, when you put the arm in, it doesn't stick to the green stuff. You can do that if you want, which I might end up doing. We'll have to see. Get in there. Alright, it's in for now. Head on. So the head I've already done, but what I done, I've got another snake here. Basically I popped his head off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take this out yet. And I took that ball out of the head. The bottom bit I just cut off halfway, so the ball I cut in half on this thread and glued it so this but's, and then the head's just popped straight on it. So the head goes on, turns around, whatever. You can pick them up like that. Anyway, these arms are going to drill the holes out a little bit more, I think, just to make them go in easier. Yeah, so what I'm going to do next, I'm going to start making his armour. Let me just get a picture up on my computer. So he needs shin armour. His feet I'm going to use green stuff to bring it to make them look more like shoes. I'm going to put some I might use some styrene or something, cut out 2 bits of styrene in the shape of his armour to go up his shins. His upper legs don't really need anything. Okay, so I've just cut 2 pieces of styrene for his armour on his legs. And I've just knocked up a bit of green stuff, you can see here. So I'm going to just roll it into 2 balls. I've rolled it flat, you know what I mean. Stick it on his shin. So I'm going to go about there. So the green stuff's on his shin, then I use this just to flatten it down. And do the same on the other side. Just want to make sure you get them like roughly the same kind of length. Okay, that's about it for now. So I'm going to leave that to go off, and then tomorrow, when it's gone off, you should be able to just peel this off. Maybe, I might even leave it on, I don't know. Depends what it looks like. It looks a bit, you know, I can even trim these edges to make them look nicer. But we'll see tomorrow when it's dry. So that's going to be his shins anyway. One more thing, and I'm going to use the rest of the green stuff just to fill these little gaps around the side to keep this ball bit in place. So when you put his torso in, it doesn't pull it out. I mean, it's quite tight anyway, but just to, you know. Okay, so that's all stuck in there. I'm just going to clean it up a bit, and that'll be that. Okay, so I'm just doing his armour on his lower arms. I've made a bit of styrene. I've done 2 of them, 1 for each arm, and I'm just gonna stick them on with green stuff again. This time I'm going to bend it around a bit on the arms to kind of, so it's not too thick. So I'm going to get a bit of green stuff. Don't need a lot, I don't think. A bit like that I do. A bit like that. So there you go, I'll put that on. All I'll do is let that go off and tidy it up tomorrow with a X-Acto knife, get any snotty bits off, or even put a bit more in where it might need it. Let me just, it might actually need a bit more in there. Get a bit more there. Just to fit it up, save going through the whole process again tomorrow. Although I'll probably have to put more in anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That's one of his arms done, his lower arm. I'm going to do his other lower arm. So yeah, so that's his armour. For now, I've got to tidy up and stuff. I know it doesn't look very good at the moment, but once it's all finished, painted up and trimmed and stuff, it should be a lot better. And like I say, I might even end up peeling these bits of styrene off, and it just leaves a nice flat green stuff bit there left, sort of thing. But we'll see how it goes, like I say. Alright, so that's that. Okay, for his upper arm, he's got like 2 kind of circular, not quite circular, but sort of that kind of shape over his muscle, which is kind of pointless in real life, but whatever. I guess I'm going to have to follow what's there. So basically I'm going to get a bit of green stuff and do the same thing again on his muscle, like that. Hope you can see that. And I've cut out 2, 1 for each arm, so I'm going to do that now. And his shoulder pads, I don't think I'm going to bother his shoulder pads because he's got quite broad shoulder bit. So once they're painted the right colour, you won't let it look like the shoulder anyway. So I'm going to leave that bit probably. So yeah, it literally sits on his muscle. Well, not that he's got much muscle, but sort of like that. Whatever. Okay, that's the armour on the muscles done. And now I think I'm going to leave everything till tomorrow for it to go off, and then I'm going to be filling in with green stuff around these edges to kind of give it a better shape, because it looks a bit flat at the moment, doesn't it, sort of thing. I need to let that go off first, so I'll be back tomorrow. So actually what I'm going to do, while I've got this green stuff knocked up and I've got a load of it, it's going to go to waste otherwise. I'm going to start filling in around the arms now, like that. So I'm going to do that quickly. It's just ready to use it up, because there's no point like leaving it a day and having to knock more up to kind of shape it. Although I might have to do that anyway, it depends what it looks like. So I'm just rolling it into flat round bits, so I can just stuff it in the sides. So that's just blended into the arm now. Right, so that arm's done. I'm going to leave that now. Next arm is, oh, I've already done it really, haven't I? Just got to shape it a bit. I think they should be alright. Let's have a quick look at these legs. I reckon I could use a bit more and bring these out as well. Just filling in the sides basically. Okay, so this has gone off now. The shins have gone off and are dry. So I've took the plastic off, the styrene. So now I've just got another bit just to build up the upper bit of the armour. So I'll do that and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so it's the next day, everything's all dry. I built out the top of the shin armour a little bit. So I'll just give you a quick look around the arms. So now I'm going to give it a spray, a prime coat of acrylic primer, Humbrol acrylic primer, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, this is all primed up now. So I had to clean up the joints a bit around the, not the joints, sorry, where the green stuff goes into the existing figure. So a little bit of cleaning up to do, and that was it really. So now we're going to give it a coat of black, and then all the armour I'm going to do like gunmetal grey, because that's what it looks like, and then a little gold strip up his legs, and that will be it really, and then obviously paint the face. So once I've done that I'll get back to you. Okay, and here he is, all finished, all painted up. His lightsaber. So what I'll do, I'll just go through the paints. So for the black I actually used Humbrol matte black, but I actually mixed a bit of gloss black, Humbrol gloss black in with it as well, just to give it a sheen. So it's not quite gloss, but it's not quite matte. So that was for the black. Gunmetal grey, Humbrol gunmetal grey for the armour and the mouthpiece. And for the head, I used Valero Brown Rose at first for the kind of undercoat bit. Then Salmon Rose and then the pale sand mixed with a bit of white to kind of bring the colours down. And I've done a bit of fading as well around the eyes and stuff, and like you see they're kind of like little bits of blue, like veins almost, aren't they? I don't know if you can see them, but can't really zoom in for it, but I'll give you a closer up in a minute. And here he is with his other alternative head with no mask on. And here he is with a Kylo Ren robe. And what I've done, I just sliced it down the middle there. Just down there. And with his lightsaber all in one piece sort of thing. Staff. Lightsaber staff and that sort of thing. So what I'll do now, I'll get him off the turntable, give you a closer look at his face and his body and all that. Just a closer look, and that'll be it. Okay, here he is, just a closer look. Actually, I think I'll take his robe off. Actually, lightsaber I got from Etsy. It came from America. I can't remember the name of the guy or his site, but I'll put it in a link below. It's actually quite nice. A bit expensive for the shipping, but the actual lightsaber itself is pretty cool. And it comes apart in two pieces. Look, I'm doing this one hand. Sorry, let me just put him down a minute. So yeah, it comes apart in two pieces, and you can take the lightsaber off, obviously the blade. So actually 3 pieces. All you got to do is paint it. So yeah, I'll put that aside. I'll put a link for that down in the description. Okay, so here he is. His face. So you can see where I had to use the green stuff to build out his arm there, and his arms around there. This is just painted arm there, arm there. I put a little bit of green stuff just at the bottom of, let me just pull that out. So I put a little bit of green stuff just around there. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but just around here, just a little bit, just to bring it up a bit, so when I turned his torso it turned a bit easier, because it's got these little bits sticking out of his belt and it was catching, so I just had to bring it up like probably about 2 mil, 2-3 mil. For the gold, I used just a gold pen for these gold stripes here and there, and again, what you've already seen it, green stuff with a bit of styrene. And his shoes, I just use green stuff and then just cut them out sort of thing to make them look a bit more shoey sort of thing. Yeah guys, that's it. Hope you like it. Laters.
What happened?
He became so powerful. The only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. It's ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.